Chapter 6. Ray. Fireflies swirled around his stomach when Josiah agreed to his proposition. He knew it was a transactional situation, but he couldn't stamp down his excitement. He fumbled with his cell phone as he called the front desk, and his voice bubbled with unfettered joy as he ordered their food. He tried to suppress it, but he hadn't been this thrilled about anything since he closed the deal on his high-rise office building in Austin, Texas. Real estate was rough there, and buildings were snapped up as soon as they hit the market. It was worth all of the celebrations, and the view from his office window was superb as well, but it didn't compare to his current elation. Josiah, however, didn't share any of Ray's excitement. He was a bundle of nerves, and he tapped at his cell phone for something to do as he waited for Ray to join him again. So, Ray slipped his cell phone back into his pocket and poured himself a glass of water from the kitchen sink. "What kind of contract do you want?" "Well, first, you're not just going to be my fake boyfriend and reap all the benefits of my status without me getting something in return. For as long as we do this agreement, you and I will post a couple's photo on my social media page twice a week. You will also have to scrub your social media of anything offensive. No drinking, and no other men or women." What about all those topless after-shower pics?" Josiah glared. "Those can stay, I guess. If thirst-trapping people is your thing." Ray shrugged. "I can handle 2 pictures a week. No big deal." "Okay, next we will do at least 1 video a month together. A boyfriend-themed video, and I am free to brand you how I wish, and you will go along with it." "Brand me?" "Yeah. Like I will decide what personality you're going to have. It'll be a magnified version of your actual personality, so it won't be difficult to maintain, I promise." "You know what, fine. Whatever you have to do." "Good," Josiah smiled. "And finally, when we break up, when this is all over, you're not allowed to turn me into the bad guy or use our breakup to garner sympathy and more internet fame. When this is over, I am the only one allowed to post about it, and I will frame us both in the best possible light." "Fine with me." "Good. Then I will have my manager write up a contract, and she can send it to your lawyers." "Sounds like a plan. When do you want to announce this relationship thing?" "Another day or so. The stories about last night are changing minute by minute, and I know everyone is hoping for more of a scandal. My ex also posted a video about our breakup, and it's trending on social media right now, so I want it to go down a little." "Are you going to post about the breakup?" "Honestly, I don't want to think about it. I just feel," Josiah shook his head. "Feel how?" "I feel stupid and dirty and disgusting." "Why?" "He didn't just cheat on me. He was sleeping with other people without protection. Kissing them and touching them all over, and I think about when. Did he leave work, stop off for a hookup, and then kiss me right after?" "He could've." Josiah blinked. "You're not helping." "I'm being honest. He really could've. He could've done a lot of things. You'll never know, but the point is, you're not stupid, dirty, or disgusting. Right? You realize we aren't officially pretending to date yet, right?" "Good, because I wouldn't want you thinking I'm telling you what you want to hear." "Your ex? Quentin? He thrived on the thrill of you not knowing, having his cake and eating it too. He got the guy he could take home to mommy and daddy, while still getting everything he wanted behind closed doors." Josiah sucked in a breath. "I don't want to hear this." "But you should. People will tell you cheating is about all sorts of things, but ultimately it's about control. Deep down, it's not about being bored or wanting someone else or even meeting the perfect person for you, because likely once you have the opportunity, you won't even want the person you cheated with." "I guess. I wouldn't know. I've never cheated on someone. Call me old-fashioned, but I figured if you didn't like someone, you should simply break up with them." "I mean, I agree with you. I can think of a few reasons to cheat, but for the most part, there's never a reason to actually cheat on someone else." "What reasons?" "Trying to get out of a relationship. Abusive situations, Ray shrugged, sipping his water. In some cases, cheating will at least make the person leave you, so you can really start making a getaway. My sister did it. With this guy in her late teens. I'm sorry about your sister, Josiah sobered, but I'm glad she's okay now, right? She was so cute when she was a kid. Wow, I haven't seen her in so long. Yeah. She's okay now, but fuck if I ever see her ex again, Ray shook his head. His jaw ticked before he rumbled and rolled his shoulders. Anyway, the point is, cheaters are pieces of shit for the most part. You've never cheated on anyone? Oh no, I bet you haven't, because cheating requires making a relationship official, and aren't you the absolute king at keeping things vague? The important part is I haven't cheated. I guess. Josiah rolled his eyes. Aha. So what kind of couples photos do you want to take? Like holding hands, kissing, or, a post-coital thing? We can't do the last one. We can't have sex. It doesn't mean I can't get you off. Josiah narrowed his eyes. You're already bending the rules. Virgin means virgin. Handjobs and blowjobs count as sex. Ray's gaze trailed around the room, eyes dimming as his mind tossed around other ideas. You're thinking too much already. I can see it in your face. I'm not trying to be hardcore about the virgin thing, but I want to enjoy my first time being with another person, and I'm not even really waiting until marriage or anything. I'm just waiting until I feel the right connection. What connection is going to be the right one? I don't know. I figure I will know it when I find it. I'll know it when it happens. Until then, it's not something to worry about, but we can do pictures in the bed together if you want to. What will your followers think about it? Josiah shrugged. I'm not some hardcore Christian blogger or anything. Most of my followers have probably already had sex. I don't even make the virgin thing a huge deal, but I do let people know it's important to me, yeah. I get it. It's awareness. Smart. Thank you. Josiah smiled, dimple piercing his cheek on one side. Tell me something. What? Social media is all about being perfect. Or at least showing your highlight reel and not the behind-the-scenes stuff. If you envied someone else's relationship, what would you expect to see on their page? Do you really want people to envy your relationship? I don't, actually, but I know they will. It's the highlight reel thing. They will only see the best parts of us being together, not the fights and arguments. True, Ray hummed. I guess I'd prefer the cuter side to things, where both couples support each other's dreams and achievements. Josiah set his cell phone down and stared at Ray. What? I was expecting you to say the hot stuff. You know, the kisses and the photos where it's clear they both want to escape and fuck each other. Why? I can see all of those types of pictures from porn. Josiah's brows shot up. Porn? Yeah, the stuff you watch to get off late at night when you're alone. I know what porn is. I was just surprised you had any time to watch it with how active your sex life is. Ray laughed. I always make time for myself. Reassuring, Josiah mumbled, inspiring another laugh from Ray. What? You never? Before Ray finished his thought, there was a knock at the door. Come in, Ray called. Josiah blinked and wrinkled his nose. My sweet. I say when people can come in and out. Okay, it's probably our food, cranky. So tell them they can come in. Josiah shot Ray a warning before he stood up and crossed the room, glancing out of the tiny peephole before unlocking and opening the door. It was food like Ray suspected, and the person pushing the cart had a mask on. He traded the dinner cart with the picked-over breakfast one, wheeling it from the room and closing the door behind him. Josiah watched from his position at the front door, holding it open as the worker also sanitized both metal carts. By the time he left, the whole suite reeked of industrial-strength cleaning products, and Ray was dizzy from the fumes. They're really taking this virus thing seriously. Josiah frowned, closing the door behind the worker. Yeah, they are, and they should be. This whole novel virus situation has been a long time coming anyway, and right now we have to be extra careful. I mean, one of us could be carrying it, but we won't know for sure for about 2 weeks. 2 weeks? At least. Great. One more thing to worry about. Josiah sighed, fixing himself a plate of food and sitting across from Ray again. They ate in silence, and the prim and proper social media influencer put down just as much food as Ray did. Good. When Josiah was finished, he blotted his lips and surveyed the cart. Next time, we should request them bring extra in case we get hungry before bed. You get hungry before bed? I don't know. I might. Or I may want to eat because I can. I mean, what else is there to do? I obviously won't be going to the gym anytime soon. Yeah, but you know you can work out at home, right? If this is some sort of reference to having sex, then no, I clearly won't be working out at home. Josiah rubbed his temple. How is the virgin more preoccupied with sex than the person who has it all the time? If we count the number of times sex is brought up in conversation, you're clearly topping me. Over and over again. Josiah's tired look turned into a glare. Your point. There's plenty of ways to exercise in the house was my point. Lift the corner of the bed when you do squats or leg presses, burpees and jumping jacks for cardio. Besides, even if you didn't work out for a few months, you'll still be fine. Body-wise, sure. Not everyone works out because they want a rocking body. True. Well, I'll work out with you if you want. Josiah pressed his lips together. Seriously. Nothing funny, I promise. No weird couples yoga or wrestling practice. I'll just do reps with you, so the whole home workout thing isn't as boring. Hell, I'm feeling generous. If you want to find some of those 2-week workout challenges, I'll do one of those with you too. You're so generous. My hero. Josiah rolled his eyes. Anyway, it's late. I have plenty of work tomorrow, so. So what? I'll make up the couch for you. You weren't being serious about the couch thing, were you? Did I look like I was joking? Your couch is not for sleeping on. It's a show couch. Hell. It's white. And? I'm not sleeping on it. I have work too, and I need equal amounts of rest as you do. Well then, sweetheart, I don't know where else you're going to sleep. There's only one bed, and it's surely not big enough for me, you, and your ego. It's a California king-size bed, and you're a small person. My space needs space. Whatever, man. Let me get a shower real quick first, and then if you want to be the type of person to take a whole entire bed for yourself, then take it. Ray put his empty plate on the cart and left the kitchen, escaping to the bedroom where he jumped in the shower, enjoying the lukewarm water against his skin as much as the relative solitude. Josiah was grating. Well, sober, anxious, stressed Josiah was. Ray knew he wasn't always so high-strung, but given the pile of circumstances, it wasn't entirely unexpected. The idea of being holed up with someone who outwardly couldn't stand you, and naturally, fought against his inward feelings wasn't exactly pleasant. Josiah thought he didn't notice the extra long glances, and the way his hard-set features softened on the corners when they were engaged in conversation. His entire body had relaxed when Ray offered to work out with him, but Ray wasn't supposed to catch those types of details. He ended his shower well before the water turned to ice and wrapped a towel around his waist. The only clothing he had was the suit and underthings he'd worn to the bar, and wearing the same underwear for 2 days in a row was fairly acceptable. 3 days in a row was pushing it. He'd done worse naturally, but now there was a witness. Ray towel-dried his long hair, letting it drape over his shoulders as he swiped the towel between his legs and moved through the bedroom. The room itself was bare of any homey accessories, but Josiah had hung most of his clothes in the shallow closet and stuffed his underclothes in the drawers. They were haphazardly tossed around, plain white t-shirts hugging the barest strips of fabric some considered underwear. He stared at the mass of clothes, shuddering, before surrendering to his own organizational tendencies, and pulled the drawer all the way open. 20 minutes later, Josiah's shirts were stacked in cascading colors, his underwear had been organized by style and color on the other side, and Ray's own tweaked anxiety had subsided. "Are you done?" Josiah burst into the bedroom, throwing the door open as Ray observed his handiwork. With your shower yet? Hey. Why are you in my dresser? It was a mess. It may have been a mess, but it was my mess. I liked it the way it. Josiah jogged over, snatching his last pair of designer briefs from Ray's hands and peering down at the open drawer. Oh. Wow. Okay. This is really organized. By color too. And style for the underwear. Do you know you have a lot of different types of underwear? Yes, I do. It's my dresser. Mine. Remember? I never forgot. Josiah threw the last pair of underwear on the perfectly organized pile, and Ray twitched, grinding his teeth against each other. A little noise escaped his lips. It was silly. Very trivial, but he couldn't help it. Josiah pushed the drawer closed, but Ray couldn't get the last pair of briefs out of his mind. He couldn't physically see them, but he knew they were lying carelessly over the rest of the well-organized articles of clothing, disrupting the flow. Also, why aren't you dressed yet? Nothing to wear, Ray muttered. His tone dropped, and he rubbed his palms over the towel tied around his hips, following the curve of his cut lines. Whoa. Okay. Are you mad? Are you mad I won't let you finish organizing my clothes? No. I'm not mad. Ray resigned. Do you have anything too big for you? I kinda need something to wear. At least a pair of boxers or something. No, Josiah snapped. Okay, fine. My suitcase is full of stuff I don't usually wear, for whatever reason. I probably have something you can wear in there. Cool? Without another word, Ray approached the suitcase, flipping it open and finding it no more organized than Josiah's dresser. Ray rubbed his wrists before flipping through the clothes, grabbing the first boxer-like item he could find. Whatever it was, it would do. Ray? Yeah? He balled the underwear in his fist as he straightened up and strolled towards the bedroom's exit. I'm about to be out of your way for the night. I'll take the couch. It's about the couch. Josiah wrung his hands. You can sleep on one half of the bed with me if you want. Nah. I'll take my chances on the couch. Ray frowned. Thanks though. He moved past Josiah and out of the room, closing the door behind him.